Pew, 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 pew. This is Who We Are podcast. Pew, 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 pew. All right, today on our second This is Who We Are podcast, we've got Luz Rocha. Luz is a former student of mine, great guy, actually worked with me at the track for a while, and he's doing surveying. So, let's get into this. All right, guys, hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, leave comments. I will get back with you, I promise. And please subscribe. Here we go. All right, Luz, let's start off. What's your name?
My name's Luz Rocha.
How old are you now, man?
I'm 23 now.
Damn, getting old.
Yeah.
How long has it been since you were in this class?
I think I took this class all 4 years. So you could say I was probably 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, it's wild. It just gets hard to remember like how many people have come through here.
Yeah. All those times I was the best student. I think I took little naps here and there.
That's all right. I take a nap every day, man. All right, man. So what do you do for work?
I'm a land surveyor.
And explain to me, actually before we get into that, how long have you been doing that?
Since I've been out of high school, so about 3 years.
Yeah. How did you get into that?
The way I got into it was I have a friend that I went, childhood friend, right? His dad, when he met me, he was like, hey, I don't think I was going to school, right? And his friend was like, yeah, probably not. And he was like, all right, I'm recruiting him. And just from there, it was just good friends. He was like, I'm going to take him on and put him under my wing and all that.
Yeah.
And it started from there.
That's cool. So, what did you start, like, when you first started, what did they have you doing? Did you have to do, like, grunt work?
Yeah, so when I first started, I was what they consider, like, an I-man. In our company, we just call it the helper, right? But professionally, it's like the I-man, the rod man.
Yeah.
So you do all the laboring kind of deal. So the party chief, right, the guy in higher command, he's doing all the thinking and all that, so you don't have to worry about putting things in the ground, and he's just worrying about what's going on here.
Yeah.
So that kind of deal. So yeah, so I just labor.
Yeah. So that means you're the guy that has to walk everywhere and hold the pole.
Exactly.
All right. So tell me about like your day, your week. You work pretty normal hours. You do overtime.
A lot of overtime. Luckily, because of the company I work in, they just have tons of work, so there's always hours to be made there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I was putting in like 70 for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, for a while, I was putting in like 70 hours. But yeah, it's a normal workflow though. You know, you try to finish your jobs every day, but you know, sometimes it could rain or something, equipment can not be working perfectly that day, and then you take a couple more days.
Yeah. So I know, like, my buddy does concrete, and if it's raining, that pretty much ruins anything. Is that the same way with y'all?
We like to say that it don't rain on our jobs. It does.
Yeah.
We don't get out of it. The equipment shouldn't be getting wet. That's the only issue. So one day when someone starts working in the rain and then their equipment's not working no more, then maybe they'll have to talk, hey, put it up, hang out.
So do you, like, is there, in your company, is there like a couple of different crews that go out, or is it just one?
So it's I believe right now we have 7 crews.
Wow.
So our company is actually an engineering firm, but it has a surveying department.
Yes.
So so I'm obviously in the surveying department, and we 7 crews. We go out. They tell us what to do. We all go out, go do our thing, come back whenever we want to go. We're not on a set schedule.
Yeah.
It's whenever you want to go home. Really,
Yeah.
you want to go home at 3, go home at 3. You want to go home at 9, you go home at 9.
Yeah. Kind of how much money do you want versus how much time do you want?
Exactly.
What is your range? Like, how far out do y'all work? Y'all have like a region or area?
We try to stay in the, I guess you would say, the greater Houston
Yeah,
area.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so, but sometimes we're out there in Galveston. We'll be out there in Waller.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we'll go out there.
Yeah, you know, Waller is
Booming.
booming.
Yeah,
I
I got
mean,
it. I was just there yesterday.
Dude, it's insane. They're
Yeah.
3 miles from my house. You know, it's been cornfields for 150 years, and it's all
Lakeview?
turning into what? Yes. Is that where you are?
That was where I was yesterday.
Dude.
I topoed that whole field. All through that corn, I was
I'm 3 miles from there.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, 362, right? It's
Yeah,
that area.
yeah. So, like, if you go down 529, you take a right on 362
Yep.
to go there.
Yeah.
The last street on the left is Cochran.
Okay.
And if you go 2 miles down Cochran, the first street, you'll see my
Okay,
shop.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
that's
was
awesome.
there yesterday. That's crazy.
Man, every time I drive by there, I wonder if the keys are in the equipment, and if I should take my dirt bike out there and
Oh man, they don't.
tear it up.
I'm not gonna say nothing because it's,
I see they've got that security camera out there.
they
They
definitely do.
They didn't have that back in my day. Yeah, so it sounds like you have a decent amount of freedom in your job. So you don't have somebody breathing down your neck, or not
usually-
moment by moment, maybe.
Yeah, it's not like it's terrible like micromanaging or anything like that.
Yeah.
But some days they're like, hey man, you should probably get a little more done today. You know.
Yeah,
Kinda
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Like there's always that talk.
Yeah, get your butt in gear, but
Exactly.
otherwise, if you're doing it, we'll leave you alone. I think for a lot of people that are, school wasn't their favorite thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of freedom in a job where somebody's not looking over you, breathing in your neck all the
Sure.
time. I cannot stand being micromanaged. Let
No.
me, show me how to do it. Let me get good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then let me run. Just leave me alone.
That's exactly how I like it, man. You know, just
Yeah.
go my own flow, like my own pace. I don't want no one tell me I should get this done this way. I mean, dude, if it's not gonna get done, sometimes, there's things that happen.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, you
tell me-
can't cheat the steps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You start making mistakes when you start doing stuff like that, and mistakes cost money.
It's funny because even at 45 years old, I'm starting to learn, like, when I have a whole bunch of tasks, I'm getting to the point where I can finally be like, I have one task right now, and that's this first task. And I'll catch myself, like, wanting to go to the other thing. And I'm like, dude, just stop,
Yeah.
do this one thing. Now that's done. Now the second thing is now the first thing.
There you
Do
go.
the first thing over, now the third thing is now the first
There
thing.
you go. Yeah.
And, after a while, you kind of get in that flow. Whether I'm like doing carpentry stuff or teaching, I love it just when you look up and the day's over.
Oh, you don't even know.
Yeah.
It's like when your mind just focuses on
Yes.
your
Yeah.
daily tasks, and then you're
It's
like,
that,
oh,
what
time
do
to
they
go
call
eat
it?
or something like that.
Yeah.
It's lunchtime already.
Yes.
Man, I was having a good time.
Flow state. When I worked as a machinist, I would take lunch at 2, and I would just be busy from like 7 to 2, run as hard as I could. I'd look up, it was lunch, I'd go to lunch, I'd come back, and there'd be like 2 hours left. And I was like, dude, it's a joke. It's done.
There you go.
I'm good to go. Now you work, I'm assuming you have to, that's the nature of this job, is you have to work outside.
Yeah.
All the
pretty,
time.
Pretty much, yeah. Every day,
Yeah.
As long as you're comfortable with the sun and.
Dude, how was it
Sweating.
this summer?
All right, so let me be honest here. All right, I moved up. I'm not a helper.
Oh.
I'm a part chief now. I run the truck.
Dude, I have that question written down.
There you go. I brought it out for you. I was gonna hold it back for a while, but now I was like, all right. Yeah. So yeah, I moved up in the company. I got a little raise from it and all that. And so yeah, now I run my own crew and I do my own. The guy that was telling you about it, put me in.
Yeah.
He actually went into the office. He has like 25 years experience, right, in the
Yeah.
field. He taught me as much as he could in his short time, and he was like, "All right, man, I'm leaving. I'm going to the office life." And I was like, "But you're taking over the truck." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Hell yeah.
So you had to just pick it up there, like
Yeah.
right then on that spot. You were just like, "All right, I got to learn everything now."
Yeah.
And I knew a good amount, but
Okay, so for people that aren't in the trades, what does it mean to be in the truck? What's the difference between everybody else and the guy in the truck?
All right, so the guy in the truck, he's typically he's doing all the brain work, right? So
Yeah.
he has to look at the jobs and like figure out how he wants to do everything so it's most efficient. You know, like
Yeah.
there is steps he can take to, like, you know, sometimes you would think, okay, I'll walk this way, I'll walk that way, come back this way, and I'll finish here, right?
Yeah.
You know, but it might be faster to just go, oh, okay, what if I go through here, come around here? Oh, okay, and now we're like cutting time off of it. And
Yes. Yeah.
spending-
Efficiency.
Yeah, so like you just gotta use your brain a lot and like think, okay, how are we gonna be able to do this? We're probably not working too hard, but getting it all right and doing it all like.
Yeah. What's the maximum amount of output that we can get from the least amount of input?
Exactly, there you go.
And I remember being younger and thinking like, well, why, this guy doesn't know anything. Why is he managing? And, the older you get, the more you realize, not that the manager just doesn't know anything, but it's not his job to know all that stuff. His job is to make you more efficient. His job is to keep you on track.
So yeah, the guy in the truck is just, he's hanging out. He's doing all the paperwork as well.
Yeah.
He's setting up all the equipment inside the truck. Hey, he could be outside the truck, but he's gonna do that. Got AC in the truck.
Yeah.
I got a guy. He's outside. He's the one that's. I used to be in his spot. So right. So he's out there. He's flagging up all our like, I guess you would say, like, our supplies for the day. What we're using to mark, like, explain a little bit, but we put like ditches in, sanitary, storm, water line, all
Yeah.
those kind of deals. So we have to mark them with lads. I don't know, you've probably seen those before, the little sticks with the little ribbons on the side.
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah, we put those in, and he has to write all that up. It kind of doesn't come right up already. So he has to write all that up and flag it all up. So while he's doing that, I'm putting like all those points go into my we call it the data collector, right? We have to plug those in, and it's a list. You could be 200 points in. And you're just inside the truck. You got to put them all in, put them all in. And what else? We also do this thing where we have to run like elevations, right? 'Cause
Yes.
everything's on an elevation, like, standpoint. So I also have to put the grades in, which is like they want this pipe to be at this elevation. So I have to like write down what the pipe is, write down what the elevation should be at, the call elevation is what we call it. And then when we actually go out there and do it, we grab a elevation off like we call it the hub, right? It's a little piece of wood that's just flat at the top and like cone at the bottom, right? You put it in the ground.
Okay.
It's like a hard point, right, in the dirt. So we put it in there, and then we'll shoot it, and we'll have an elevation of what the hub is. It's like what the natural ground is in the area, right?
Yeah.
Then from that elevation to our call elevation, we'll do the math, subtract it, and that's how far the dozer has to cut down, or the backhoe has to cut
Yeah.
down.
So is that shooting grade?
That's shooting grade.
Okay.
Exactly.
And not that I know this, I only know it from my buddy, like hearing it, when he would do stuff for concrete.
Gotcha.
But it's crazy because you think about, like that neighborhood going in, right? So it's
Yeah.
going to be 400, 800 houses or whatever. And those people are never going to realize in their life what that took.
Yeah.
And, like that land out there, that's low-lying land. I mean, they've built it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly.
4 feet or something.
All those ponds there, man. 45 acres of pond.
Yeah, 45 acres of pond. And then I saw, the 2 big retention ponds.
Yeah.
But even like on the plumbing side, I mean, I just know this from the trades, but, people don't realize, like, to get water out, it's got to go downhill. Like,
That's how it works, man.
it's super simple, but you take it for granted. Without a little bit of slope, it ain't moving. So it's fascinating. After the winter freeze, so many people their plumbing broke and stuff, and then you realize people, that's the single biggest investment in your life.
Yeah.
and people have no idea like how a house is built, why things work the way they do, what's under the house, why did it flood, et cetera, et cetera. This is wild, and I'm the same way. Like, I have a basic understanding of cars, but man, with all the computer stuff going on, I don't.
Those models, man, they're just not making sense no more. Right?
Yeah, you could explain it to me, but I'm not really gonna fully understand. Okay, so let's put it this way: how was it working outside all the time?
How was it, man? You sweat. I used to go through shirts.
Yeah.
Sweating so much. I just wear my one jeans a day, right? That you can't go through jeans, but shirts, yeah.
Yeah.
Because man, you're like I said, you're out there doing fine, drinking plenty of water. Remember, you're just losing it all.
Yeah.
You're just losing it all, and it's just you can't really work when your shirt's that.
Yeah, it sticks to you.
Yeah, it sticks to you and all that. So you take that shirt off. Probably had I think I would change about 3 shirts a day.
Yeah.
Something like that. 3 shirts a day. I would just take it off, put a new one on. And that was everyday kind of deal. And it's a little hard on your feet. You're on your leg. You're on your feet all day, right? So you gotta wear shoes that are comfortable.
Dude, I will tell you the one thing I cannot stand on a job site is walking in mud.
Yeah, that's not fun, man.
Dude, that is if you want to torture somebody, make them walk in mud all day. Your feet end up weighing like 30 pounds each.
Exactly, man. You're not even. Oh man, it's hard. It's hard. We had a pretty dry summer, so it was no rain boots came out this summer. But past couple of years, like exactly like you're saying, you're walking with what it feels like 20 pounds on each leg.
Yeah.
Just of mud. It's man. I'll tell you what. Pretty big cast from that though.
Yeah. And it's like you. It's hard to explain this, but I would say that like when you're working outside or you're doing something with your hands, maybe you're a little more connected because you realize like Mother Nature gives 0 shits about you, right? And it's like, all right, there's no rain, but that means it's gonna be hot as fuck all summer, right?
Exactly.
Or you're like, oh, it's too hot. All right, we'll give you some rain. Now it's humid, and there's mud, and there's mosquitoes.
Can't even breathe when it's humid.
Yeah, but it's not even. It's like a horrible thing, but it's also not a bad thing of being, when you compare to being like stuck under these fluorescent lights for 8 hours a day, no windows.
That fresh air is something different.
Yeah. And you get to, I used to hate going to a different job site, because I got comfortable being in one place. Yeah. But now, I kind of reminisce about like, oh, it's kind of cool to go different places. And
it could be, yeah. I hate getting stuck on a job for like more than 4 days.
Yeah.
I hate that. I want to get it over with and go to the next one. Next one. So, yeah, that's fun. For sure.
How's technology changing your job? Like I've seen, in the past probably 10 or 20 years, I know all the like dozers and stuff are GPS run. So tell us like, what was it like before, and then how has the GPS maybe changed the game?
It's a lot better now, but back then, right? Let's say when the person I told you that put me on, right, when he started, I believe they were still using levels and chains, right? Chains, links, right, to measure distance.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So back then they had it rough.
Yeah.
To say less, like they had it rough.
I didn't even think about that. So just even not GPS, but the laser.
Yeah, the laser.
Wow. I've never even thought about that.
And that's like only 20 years back, like it's not that long ago.
Yeah.
And then, obviously finally the first actual laser comes out where it reads a little prism, right? A little glass feature, and then it reads the distance and the angle from that.
Yeah.
Right? That made it a lot easier on everyone, right? Now they just have to carry this equipment around. No more carrying chains. We got rid of those.
Yeah.
Those can go in the truck and never come back out.
Yeah.
But nowadays, we got these things called robos, right? They're these, so what them people might know, but conventional is the old style, right? That's the one where you turn it around. Someone has to be behind the equipment to actually work it, right?
Yeah.
Well, now we don't gotta do that no more, right? Now
Yeah,
we
so
have-
you would have to do like you would have to tell the guy to go to different points.
Exactly. So you'll have like a radio on you,
Yeah.
right? And let's say it's always a party chief usually running the rod, those times, right?
Yeah.
And then you have your eye man behind the gun turning the angles for you, right? So you would be on the radio and be like, hey, the guy's watching you, right? So he'll tell you 2/10 right, and then you'll just move it 2/10 right,
Yeah.
right? 500 left. 500 left. Good. And then you'll put the
Yeah, yeah. So then you mark your point.
exactly.
Yeah.
So nowadays we got rid of all that. Now we got these things called robos. They'll literally follow you. So now you and your eye man can be together. That's where I say that he's more the laborer now. So now you're looking for the point, and everything's you have your dye collector telling you everything right, exactly where to go and all that right. And then you have the gun. He just watches you all day. He just loves watching, right? So he'll follow you around the whole job site, and he'll just be stuck on you, right? And he'll tell you exactly where you need to go all day. You just find the point, put it there, tell your guy, all right, we're here. This is this point number. You know, you gotta make sure your point numbers are all right. Like I said, mistakes cost money. So he'll do his job right, and then we'll just go to the next one and just keep it going. We got rid of the whole having another person just to run and turn angles. We got rid of that.
Yeah.
Now we call it. We're still 3-man's crews, because now we call that equipment a man. You know, he's
Yeah.
he's doing his thing too.
Dude, that's like magic. Like imagine going back 60 years ago to some dudes laying out property lines and being like, bro, let me show you something.
Yeah, yeah, but
I mean, their heads would explode.
and back then they probably used to. I believe they were only like 6, 7 people in the crew.
Yeah.
That's how they used to do it back then.
Do y'all do you use drones at all?
We have one. Yes,
Okay.
we have one. That's a LiDAR, I believe it's called. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So LiDAR is
It's,
laser radar or something?
pretty
It's like
much.
ground penetrating radar?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a laser. It's like tons of lasers that are just shooting the ground and putting like
Yeah.
a topographic survey together.
Yeah.
Just from the drones.
Yeah. So it's the same thing where like each time the laser bounces, it's recording distance.
Distance and angle and all that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty. Yeah, we have one. We have put it up against us, right? The field crews, and it's pretty accurate. Sometimes it has been like 2 foot off or a foot off, right?
Yeah.
So it's not fully trusted in our company.
Yeah.
But we have it. We do use it. A few jobs. It comes in handy for like you would say like those ponds, right? Those retention ponds. Instead of having me going out there and getting stuck in the bottom and all that mud,
Yeah.
they'll just send that drone out, and it's pretty close. It's usually
Yeah.
within like 2/10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess like on a retention pond, and for people that don't know, like all the neighborhoods have those big, a lot of the neighborhoods, it's just a lake.
Yeah.
And they dress it up, but it's really just a retention pond.
Exactly.
So that's to keep stormwater from inundating the area.
Flooding.
Yeah. Now that one out there, those the two up front, they're deep. I mean, they look like about 40, 50 feet deep.
Yeah.
Do you know how much they hold, or do they just tell you, like, find the points, we'll dig it? Is that more on the engineering side?
That's more on the engineering side. What we do sometimes is we have to go into those ponds, right? Sometimes like a little John boat or something, and actually measure it. So
Oh, like the depth?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So they do have these like boat scanners, right? That would shoot the bottom of the. It's a little boat. It's a RC boat, right?
Okay.
And it has like the same thing, the LiDAR kind
Yeah.
of deal, and they'll shoot the bottom and all that. And that has made it a little easier on us. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's just easier to just get out there, get in the water,
Yeah.
put the rod down.
Yeah.
It's deep. It's deep sometimes. Like you said, usually it's not 40 feet deep.
Yeah,
40
yeah.
feet deep, it's gonna be hard to measure it. But
Yeah.
it's like 20. We'll have a rod that's about 26 feet high, and you got 6 feet sticking out of the ground, and then or out of the water. My bad. And you're just the same guy. Your third guy is just shooting you, and you're measuring the whole pond.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not as deep, right? And you can walk the pond maybe. So now you're fully dressed, and you're in a pond or something. Some people wear waders and all that.
Yeah.
Typically, if I know how to do that, it's the last thing I'm gonna do that day, right? So
Oh, so you're not walking around wet all day?
wet,
Yeah.
exactly.
Uh,
Don't wear waders.
you running any wildlife or anything like?
For sure, I do, man. I love seeing like the wild boars. They're out there all the time.
Yeah.
You'll hear them before you see them sometimes, and they'll freak you out a little bit.
Yeah.
I see deer all the time, man. Just I've seen carps in ponds before. Just
Huge carp.
Yes, huge
Dude,
carp.
huge carp.
Coming up and just
They surface
taking
breathe.
Yeah, surface breathe. They're taking a breath.
Yeah.
Dropping back down. Gators, we love those, right? And then all the snakes you want, all poisonous snakes you can take.
Right out. So if you take that Herbert Road,
Right.
it turns into dirt road. And it's a couple months ago, we were driving back from the dog park, and there was legit 3-foot water moccasin on that white gravel. And I got out and I was poking it with a stick, and my wife was like, "What are you doing?" But it was interesting because they're territorial. They'll chase you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I guess he wasn't in his place, or maybe he liked me. I don't know. But I poked him a couple times and then left.
So that 362 in Herbert, right? So that's 362 like that. Herbert's going like this, right?
Yeah.
Going kind of like east and west.
Yeah.
Right there in one of those culverts in that intersection, I found a 3-foot gator.
Really?
In the actual culvert, yeah.
Dude, call me next time, because I will come get him. I've always wanted. I had an apartment when I was going to school, and I really wanted to get a baby alligator and leave it in the bathtub, and then just call service all the time, and have them come into this like hissing alligator. I'm not surprised at all with everything moving out there,
Right.
but I've never. If you
nice
go all the
to-
way down Herbert, I swear I saw like a 6-foot gator in that creek down there.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that backs
what?
up to that nature conservancy.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably where they're coming from. Cause I had no idea. I mean, I just looked around. I was like, "How did you get here? You're in a
Yeah.
little culvert. Like, this is just for storm water."
Yeah,
How'd
just
you
looking
get
for
here?
water.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. Same exact road. Last year, my mother-in-law has a fascination with snapping turtles,
Oh,
and I
man.
saw 2-foot length.
Those alligator snapping turtles.
Yeah.
Ones? Yeah. Those
And,
are beautiful though. I love seeing those.
I tried to chase him, and he ran in the water, and then I got in the water, and I was poking around, and I was like, I'm in his territory, and I can't see him, and
Gotta watch out, man.
yeah, I'm gonna let this one go.
There's a pinky toe or something.
Yeah, they're brutal. Okay, so I'm assuming there's like different types of surveying, or is it all the same? Tell us a little bit about that.
So, what I'm usually I'm in the construction side of surveying, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not usually doing like boundaries, right? So that's like when you want to measure your land, see how
Yes.
much you own, all that, or like exactly. That's the boundary side of surveying, right? That's personally that's like my more favorite side. Like, I like that. I like going out into someone's property and just exploring their land.
Yeah,
Kind of deal, you
yeah.
know, finding their rods and all that. Like,
Yeah.
That's fun for me. But sadly, that's not what I'm really good at right now. I still gotta learn that, but that takes a lot. Right?
Yeah.
It takes a lot. But I'm more on the construction side, so I am basically putting your neighborhoods in. You know, I am putting your pavement.
Yeah.
You know, your rods for your neighborhoods, right? All those houses have a rod to show to mark the property of that where the house is sitting on that pad, right?
Yeah.
So I'm putting all those in with a little 6-pound hammer or 8-pound sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Putting them all in, hot sun. That's fun.
I don't know if they still have them, but it used to be like it was a 1-inch or whatever rebar, but it had the concrete like an obelisk, so that you could put it in, but then the concrete would stay above the ground to mark it. All right, yeah, it was when I was little.
Yeah, very
But
good.
there was this neighborhood behind my parents. They had started developing it, and the contractors ran out, and it was basically like our 400-acre playground. It had dirt roads, but it was all forest.
Oh,
And we would be out there, and you would find this corner marker, and we were like, what? Like, did aliens put this here? Like, wow, are these getting here? And then finally, at some point, I think one of the older kids was like, dude, it's a property. Like, that's how they tell where the property. And I was like,
no, it's a survey put
I
it
was
there.
like, oh. But then, that even blew my mind, because you think, like, how quickly land takes back over.
Oh, yeah,
Because
no.
you're like, dude, that means at some point there was a boundary here cleared
Yes.
and
Lines-
staked off.
lines cut.
Yep.
in the woods,
And then
everything.
10 years later,
It's just,
it's all back.
I love that. Like I said, my job is kind of a hit or miss, right? Because I love nature. I'm destroying nature every day. You know, like that's literally what I get paid to do. It's,
Yeah. I'm watching all of this growth in Houston. And for years I've been like, they're destroying the forests, and you know, my wife will say, they're all coming out. And then I'm like, yeah, but when we moved here, the people that had been here for 20 years are like, there's people coming out. You know, look, they're destroying that. That was a forest for as long as I can remember. And, you know, I'm trying to get to that point where I'm like, you know, there's I guess an acceptance of, dude, people gotta eat. People gotta have somewhere to live.
Exactly.
And this place is booming.
Houston, man, I don't know, just came up past 2 years.
Trying to tell, you know, these younger kids of like, all right, man, you don't want to go to college, that's cool. What do you want to do? You know, all right, can you work with your hands? You know, dude, there's money to be made.
It for sure is, especially in surveying, man. You can't go to school for it, right? I didn't want to, right? I did the hard way of just learning and grabbing the experience.
Yeah.
But you can't go to school for surveying. My friend actually is going to school for surveying, and he's already a party chief. He gets paid more than me. Surprisingly enough, you know, sometimes that school really does help you.
Yeah. How long did it take him?
Same, 3 years.
3 years.
3 years of just going to school. Like Lone Star has a surveying.
That's what I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, Lone Star has a surveying department where our surveying classes.
Yeah.
They have surveying classes, and you can take those. And
So do you get a license or a certificate or?
I think it's more like a certificate, I believe.
Okay.
Or it looks good on your resume.
Yeah.
I believe, or something like that.
Yeah. Now, you know, go back 3 years and somebody says, hey, go to class part-time, you'll have this. It'll take you 6 years because you got to work all day. Would you do it?
Man, so the highest you can get in surveying is like RPLS, right? That's a professional. Professional registered land surveyor,
Okay.
right? That is the highest grade. Yes, I would do it.
Okay.
If to become one of those,
Yeah.
where you're the highest grade of surveying, you're the man. You know everything. You can sign off on
Yeah.
the whole neighborhood by yourself, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would do it.
So let's lead into that. Are you planning on sticking with this? Is this short term or is this long term? Is this a job or a
This is
career?
long term. This surveying is going to be the rest of my life for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in it to see where it goes. And like I said, my friend, he's going for that RPLS, right?
Yeah.
If he gets that going, and I have another friend that's becoming a PE, professional engineer, all three of us get together,
Yeah.
might be able to start something. And
Yeah.
I might have to move away from the company I'm at, but it's to start something new.
Yeah. Well, and you know, they might end up subcontracting you or something
Exactly,
later
something like
on.
that.
I mean, keep your doors open.
Exactly, yes, sir.
And I was going to ask this earlier, but you know, like trying to get somebody to follow a set of plans. We're going to make this project in class, et cetera, et cetera. What is the importance of paying attention?
Most of my mistakes have been from not paying attention.
Yeah.
And like he told me this, I was trying to put it together
Yeah.
in my own head, but I should have just been listening to him.
Yeah, you heard it, you just
Yeah.
didn't hear it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's when he calls you and, hey, didn't I tell you how to do this? And you're just like, I thought I did that way. So yeah, no, paying attention is a big. You need to do it. I mean, it's gonna save you so many more time than you think.
That is so funny because, you know, I tried this thing, like a management technique where I would be like, hey man, will you go get me a screwdriver and a drill? And I'd be like, they say yeah. And I go, all right, what do I want you to get me? And they go, screwdriver and a drill. I go, that's right, I want you to get me a screwdriver and a drill. Go get me a screwdriver and a drill, right? So that's 3 times I said it, 1 time they said it. And it works decently, but a lot of times they come back with like 1, or they come back with this is wrong, and I'm like, dude, like, are you listening? You know, and they're like, yeah, I'm listening, and I'm like,
What is this?
Yeah, you literally, this just came out of your mouth. And I know it's an age thing, but it's something, it's like, dude, it doesn't matter what you're doing, man. If somebody's paying you, it pays to pay attention. And that's, you know, I learned the hard way, so I can.
Right there with you.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, all right, I respect that. Let me know when you figure it out. Okay, and so then I had this question, you know, are there levels like apprentice, journeyman, and master? And I know you kind of answered that.
Right, so there's not really like, I would say like set levels like that, right?
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah, you, like I said, you got your rod man, I think like the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
Then you got your eye man, a little bit higher. Then the party chief precision, it's like the highest you can get in the field, I believe.
Yeah.
You know? Then from there, it's like SIT. That's like the tech in the office, the one that's putting the points together and putting the surveys together and all that.
Is that what your boss is doing now?
He's a dispatcher.
Okay.
So he sends us out.
Yeah, yeah.
More or less, right?
Yeah.
He'll talk to the contractors, ask what they need, all that. He doing a big job, you know. He has to take care of a lot of things. You know, he's running 7 crews while also like doing our time, doing our vacation, doing like all these little things, all that, and making phone calls all day, sending in meetings all day. Just, you know, he does a lot.
So how many crews are on that one subdivision?
That one, it was, all right, so my guy actually just left, the guy I used to work with. He wanted to make more money, respectively, you know. There's not a lot of money in our company, sadly. We're kind of like a bit low-paying company, right?
Yeah.
But there's other companies that will start you high, you know, just start you high, brand new. They just do it. So he left, and when we went to go make more money. But so right now I'm kind of just floating with other crews. So on Lakeview we had, I guess you would say 2 crews, right?
Okay.
2 trucks there.
Yeah.
It was just me by myself, and I'm with another crew.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes you think about, like, if there's 7 crews, that dude's got a lot of stuff to schedule.
Yes. Yes.
And also, you know, I'm always pushing things back to school and learning, but it's like, y'all don't do that, then that holds up the cement guys coming in to pour the roads. The cement guys pouring the roads, then they can't get in to start pouring driveways and slabs. Slabs aren't built, now the subcontractor that's going to frame the houses is put out, or the plumber first, you know, whatever it is.
Send it back. It sets the whole project back.
It's crazy how much, you know, either an honest mistake, like a whoopsie, or just not really giving a shit about your job affects the world.
That's Lakeview right now, actually.
Okay.
There's the water line just went through there. I'm not sure if you saw the blue pipes.
Yeah.
There's a water lines going through there right now. It's 2 feet off.
Oh, so they got to redo it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
It's gonna suck.
Somebody's getting a little bit of an ass chilling.
We had the past 3 days. It's been who's been messing up? Who messed up? Was it our company or the other?
Yeah.
They have actual surveyors on job site. They're there 24/7.
Yeah.
Right. They're like, this messed up. We usually we'll start off a lot of jobs, right? But usually their guys will end up finishing it. Right. Because we cost a lot.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, right? We cost a lot. We don't pay very much.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. So they usually like do this for a couple of days, and then they're like, all right, we can handle it from here. Sometimes mistakes happen, you know.
Yeah.
So they'll call, okay, something's not adding up. Can y'all come back and double check everything? All right, we're there. We show up and all that, and we don't really know what's going on. But yeah, there's a 2-foot. The water line should have been 2 feet deeper, and it's not.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got water that's just not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
They're having that situation right now.
Man.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens. Yeah. You try to do it yourself, and you know, usually they're pretty good about doing their own thing, but simple is probably putting the wrong number on the paper, and
100%.
There you go. You
Yeah,
got your
100%.
Drop like that.
I've bid jobs before, and I forgot to carry a 1, and then I got to eat the cost, you know, because I'm like, I told them it was this much, and that's a painful one.
Yeah.
Starts coming out of your pocket.
Simple human error.
All right, bonus question. What are you listening to these days? What kind of music?
Oh, man, dude, 93Q, man. I just listen to country, bro.
Okay. What's your favorite artist in country right now?
Man, my dad put me on George Strait, and I really.
Okay, so some old school.
Some old school George Strait,
Yeah.
Adam Jackson.
Yeah.
Tracy Elkins, who else? Brooks and Dawn, all those, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
legends.
Clint Black, stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's cool. And then I'm gonna throw this at you. Did you know? I was doing a little bit of research. That 3 U.S. presidents were land surveyors.
Oh yeah, that's cool, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you know who it were?
I think George Washington was
Yep.
definitely one.
Yep.
And I've got to move this so I can see, because I don't really know.
I don't know exactly either, but I know George Washington was definitely one. I think Jeff. What's his name?
Yes. Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson. Thank you.
And Abraham Lincoln.
And Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. Okay, so now, any plans to run for president? Come on, man, lose for president. I'll vote for you.
Oh man, no, we don't need that right now. I got one for you though.
All right.
So, how would I say this? Do you know what the oldest profession is?
I thought prostitution.
Yeah, guess what's right under it? Servant. It's one of the oldest professions out there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you think about wars fought over territory.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to mark the territory.
Exactly. There you go.
Somebody got to say, "This is mine. Stay off." Oh, wow, that's cool. I've never really thought of it that way.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna throw one more at you. Abercrombie and Fitch, the clothing.
What's wrong with it?
We were watching a movie, and it was set in like the 1930s or something.
Okay.
And the guy said something about Abercrombie and Fitch, and I was like, man, what the?
How do you know about that?
Yeah, I was like, right. So I look it up, and they started out as an outdoor supply company, and Fitch from Abercrombie and Fitch started as a surveyor. Yep. And then I guess he's like, oh, it's hot. Like I need a hat. Started making hats or whatever the hell.
Right.
And then now that's just dumped straight into their fashion.
Their clothing line.
Yep. So my last bonus question: any plans for a loose clothing line?
It's coming, man.
All
It's
right.
coming.
All right.
It's in
Just
the
let me
works.
know. We'll.
It's in the works for sure. Oh man.
All right, math. How important is math in your job? And be honest. This is for people that are. And we could talk about like what levels of math.
Look. You remember when I was talking about that third guy? He does all the math for me.
Okay.
So yes, it's important, but like, I promise you, I could teach you how to do my job in probably 20 minutes or less.
Yeah.
The math was important back then, right? Because you didn't have that guy doing them. You had to turn your own language
Yeah.
and figure out where everything goes. So now I would say it's not as important as it was back then, right?
Okay.
So yes, you still need to know basic math, at least adding, subtracting,
Yes.
for grades.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking is just for finding grades.
Yes, for that, yes, but all the actual turning angles and finding a mean angle and all that.
I have no idea. Like I've read about that stuff like for the construction class, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
above my pay grade for sure. So it's something I would like to learn though.
Yeah.
Something I would like to learn just to be able to be like, I don't need you, buddy. I can do this right here.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yes. Yeah. And it's funny how much we learn that throughout life, where you're like, oh, like if I can learn this, that gives me more independence. That gives me more freedom.
I can probably find a better paying job.
Yes.
You never know.
Yeah. Okay, so we're big on safety here, and what's the safety culture in your job, or is it? I mean, what are the safety issues that you would? Right now, I'm thinking water moccasins and alligators.
That for sure, yes. So you want to have your blue jeans on and usually your boots. Your steel toe doesn't really matter. I mean, you can
That's
wear
what I
shoes
was
or
thinking.
boots.
Is you don't have falling objects and.
No, not really. Like what I do, right? I'm a construction surveyor, right? So I'm working around a lot of dozers, a lot of backhoes, loaders, all that stuff, right? So for me, I'm supposed to be wearing. I'm supposed to. I don't do it, right? But I'm
Edit.
supposed to,
He is wearing.
Yeah, my bad. I am wearing a hard hat and a vest.
Yeah.
Right. They gotta see you.
Yeah.
They gotta see you. Right. So, what else do you need? Glasses. You know, your eyes can get strained from looking at. Even when it's sunny out there.
Yes.
You're looking
Yeah.
at dirt. Your eyes just start to
Yeah, that
do that thing.
reflection.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to wear some glasses, man. Protect your eyes. Gloves, man. You mess up your hands.
Yeah.
Mess up your hands. So wear gloves. What else you need? I think that sums it up. Man. Just,
Yeah. So on the vest, we went over this in OSHA about, like, you know,
Mhm.
big machines backing into things, backing over people.
It happens.
Yeah,
Sadly,
it's-
it does happen.
Which I guess goes back to paying attention on both aspects, you know, the driver paying attention and you paying attention. But it's like my argument with the kids, not argument, but my point with the kids is like, you know, yeah, maybe the guy backing up the 20-ton bulldozer should pay more attention, but you going to put that, like,
No, you
your
can't put
life
all
on the
on it.
line?
You can't put
Just-
all on him, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
If you're looking for danger, it's gonna happen.
dude, pay attention.
So there's actually some jobs where it is required. Like most jobs, you don't need to wear a hard hat
Yeah.
unless you don't want to, right? But there is some jobs where you're fired on the spot if you're not.
Yes.
If you're not wearing your safety vest and your hard hat, you're on the spot, man. You go home, forget about it. You go find a new job tomorrow, man. 'Cause you're done here.
Let me just have you repeat that one more time. You didn't wear your PPE, your protection equipment. What happens?
You get fired on the spot. You go home, man.
Dude, they don't, I mean,
There's no warnings.
and it's, you know, it's not even that they care about you personally, it's that that's a lot of paperwork to
Yeah.
write up, and, you know, they
That's
probably
right.
got to pay out and something, but that's the way it is, man. You
Yeah, dude, man.
Yeah, I mean, some rules are meant to be broken, and some, I don't know if it's worth messing around with.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, I've had stuff dug out of my eyeballs with a drill because I
Oh.
wasn't wearing safety glasses, and
Oh man.
I'll tell the kids, I'm like, dude, you know, man, you could do it this way.
Yeah, for sure you can, man.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, you might not like the outcome.
All right, does this job give you any freedom that like a normal job might not?
What I would say is, I'm home every day. You know, I go to work and I come back right back home every
Yeah.
day. So there's no traveling. There is if you want it. You know, they'll ask you like, hey, we have a job in San Antonio. You
Yeah.
can be out there. You know, you might be out there a week, per
Yeah.
diem and all that, and you know,
You could.
you could,
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
And that's kind of nice because, like, you know, when I was younger, I didn't mind traveling. I don't mind being alone. But it also sucks that if it's all the time,
Yeah.
you know, you're like, dude, that's why I want to go home, man, sleep in my own bed.
Here and there, yeah, if you want to. It's more money, I guess you would say. Because
Yeah.
they're giving you per diem, so you're staying for free over there.
Yeah.
And while you're getting paid.
Yep.
So.
All right, and then, you know, a lot of people don't know what per diem is, right?
Right.
So what's per diem?
Per diem, the best way I can describe it, it's like a allowance that you get
Yes.
for working out of town.
Yeah.
You would say.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm assuming that's like Latin for per day or something, but
Yeah, something
cover your
like that.
hotel,
Yeah,
cover
exactly.
your
Like
food.
per day, you get a
Uh,
couple bucks.
Me and my buddy Adam were working all across the country. We drove everywhere, and they gave us, this is 30 years ago. No, this 25 years ago. They gave us $150 per diem every day.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah,
Really
this
good.
company paid the hell out of us, and I
Really?
wasted all the money. I literally have nothing to show for it. But what we would do is we would go to those little efficiency, you know, that has a little kitchen in it.
Mhm.
And I think at the time, man, they were maybe like $50 a night or something. It says 25 each, and then we would cook whenever we could. And so we were pocketing,
Oh yeah.
you know, $500 a
Oh,
week
yeah.
from just not blowing our per diem money. Or, you know, sometimes at the end of a job, if we'd been gone for 2 weeks, we would take that money and then go have like a badass steak dinner
Yeah, you
the
something
night
like
before
that.
we, you know, headed back home. And
Some people like to go to the bars, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's a big thing. It's like.
but that's another one is like, you have all this money, but it'll go away real quickly.
At the bar, especially.
Yeah, man. I mean, people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do this, or I'm gonna buy this," and you're like, "It's cool," but now you don't have money.
Nope.
You got something that's quickly depreciating in value.
Exactly.
Greatest challenge you've ever had in that job?
Greatest challenge. So this could be.
I would assume the weather.
Man, you get used to it. To be honest with you. You do get used
And I'm
to
so glad you said that.
Yeah, you get used to it. I mean, it does affect you probably the first few years, maybe.
Yeah.
But after that, it's part of you now.
Yep.
You just learn to protect yourself. Put a hat on, all that fun stuff. But eventually, you'll be able to work without even noticing the sun's there. And
It's so true.
It takes time.
It takes a little time. When I was building movie sets, I'd get on a set with my dad, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't. He's like, oh, yeah, you can. And I'm like, dude, you're like way older than me. How the fuck are you? He's like, it's not bad. He said, just give a couple weeks. I'm like, fucking weeks, man.
Weeks.
But then.
I need a year's man.
But I don't know. You're out there a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, like it's hot. But so what?
So what, man?
Yeah,
Some water, man.
it's cold, but so what?
Stay hydrated. I guess the biggest challenge. Oh man, biggest challenge. That is a good one. I would just say try to complete a job. Like sometimes it's just completing the job. It can be the biggest challenge. Just trying to knock it all out.
Yeah. Please get me through this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I live the every day's gonna end, right? So as long as I survive the day, I'm good. I got a new one tomorrow.
I like that.
Right? Yeah. So as long as I survive the day, so I think the biggest challenge is just.
Man, I have to write that down because some days at school I'm like, this is the end of the world. I'm not gonna make it through the end of the day.
No.
I can't do it.
There's always a new day. Love that. There's always a new day.
Yeah. And I think people are maybe starting to realize more too. Like, there's always a new day, and there are things that won't wait, but there's a lot of things that will wait. And I'm bad about that. Where I'm like, I have to do this, and this now. And now that I'm maybe slowing down a little, I'm like, hey man. The bike out there, I was like, I'm getting it done before school ends, and then the last week I was like, why? It's gonna be too hot to ride anyway, man.
Exactly.
Chill out.
Just bought a bike recently too.
What'd you get?
I don't even know, man. I pretty much blind-eyed it. Like my uncle needed some money, right? And he had a bike that he didn't mind giving it away.
Yeah.
So I gave him like $1,000 for it. It's out in the valley right now, so it's
not
here.
Yeah.
So when I go down there, I'm gonna pick it up, and I don't know how to ride yet, but
Come out, man. I'll show you how to ride.
yeah, exactly. There you go.
Actually, come out to the track, and we'll put you on a little bike.
Yeah.
And you will learn so much in a matter of hours
Okay.
that would take you years on the street.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that for sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Is your job rewarding?
Could be. You get bonuses here and there.
Okay.
You get your summer bonus, your winter bonus, or Christmas bonus, whatever you want to call it.
I like getting bonuses.
I like getting bonuses as well. I put all my bonuses into my savings.
Thank God, man. Thank God. And I've always preached that to y'all of like, dude, save that money.
Yeah.
If you're gonna spend money,
just my hourly. My overtime as well. For a while, I was only surviving on what I made on my hourly and putting I'm not gonna say most of it, but some of that overtime into the savings as well.
Yeah.
Lately, I haven't because I've been paying a little more on helping my parents out.
yeah, you gotta help folks.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, I don't know if I told you or not, like how my mom went through that.
Yes,
bypass.
I do remember.
So she was not working for a while. That's
Yeah.
when I had to start put a little more into the bills.
Good for you.
Yeah. No, it was rewarding for sure. You learn a lot. There is room to learn a lot, and you can grow. You can grow the company as well. I know guys that were in the field and now they're in the office.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And I think obvious, like, you don't want to be 60,
Still out there.
Yeah, still
I know
out
them,
there.
though.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you do. If you
Yeah.
do, that's cool. If that's what you
That's
want to
up to
do,
you, yeah.
but you don't want to do it because you don't have any other option.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh,
Any other option?
Yeah, and I think that's key. It's like you're learning, you're seeing other people learning, and they're moving up, and you're already thinking in your head like, all right, what are my future plans? You remember in high school and when every teacher's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, I don't know.
That was me.
It's everybody, man. It's
Yeah.
everybody in the world. And then you get out and you're like, oh,
Oh, it's real
Okay.
life.
oh.
How do you make money?
All right. How has working full time changed your view compared to maybe did you work when you were in high school?
Huh, dude, I worked all through, yeah.
Okay.
I started working sophomore year. I was
Okay.
working at Kroger's, car wash. Yeah, I was always doing work. Cutting grass. And my boy, he used to bring all his equipment here.
Yeah, yeah.
And leave it in the truck.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all noticed it or not.
No,
Lawnmower in the back.
that's awesome,
Yeah, and right after school, like, before I even did my homework, we were out there cutting yards.
dude. That's
Yeah.
my wife has a student or had a student, and he started a landscaping company in school, and like was running crews while he was in high school.
Now that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive, yeah.
Yeah.
I-
But it's like, dude, man, what else you gonna do? You can go home and play video games or whatever. You're gonna go make some money, man.
Exactly. So, what's the question?
Has your view on work changed at all? And I guess it's more towards people that go from like never having worked to working full time. But is it just still work? I mean,
Still the same. I mean, I enjoy it a little more now.
Yeah.
It's something I want to do for the rest of my life. So,
yeah,
it's more fun, I would say. I
Yeah.
don't mind going in every day. I don't mind waking up at 6 o'clock.
Yep. My friend Chris would always say that he was retired, and then people would find out that he worked, and they're like, I thought you said he was retired, and he's like, I don't really work.
Yeah.
And they're like, but and he was like, this isn't work,
Yeah. I love this.
and I feel that way sometimes when I'm building something where I'm like, man, truthfully, I'd be here anyway, but especially with teaching, being in the shop, I'm like, I'll tell the kids, I'm like, I don't really have a job. Like, my job is to hang out with y'all and get paid and do some fun stuff. But not in a bad way of like, oh, we're not going to do anything, we're dicking around.
No.
But it's like we can work and enjoy it and have a good time, man, and listen to music or whatever.
Best times we're in this classroom.
Man, there's just been amazing times. How is this, how is what you do important to the world? And I think we've talked about that some, but
Development, just,
yeah,
people are moving. We need houses. That's what I do. I mean,
we need,
put your houses there.
you need houses, you need,
Roads,
you
bridges.
need, and you need businesses
Yeah.
and all the stuff that it takes to sustain this society.
Exactly.
All right, what do you dislike about it?
Just like about surveying.
I think it's impressive that it's taken you that long to,
Yeah, you can start to see that I'm actually enjoying it,
yeah,
Like you could say, that micromanaging sometimes when that happens, I don't like that, man. When
Yeah.
they tell me like, hey, we need to get a little more done, I'm like, hey, man, I'm getting what I can.
yeah,
I'm not gonna kill myself no more. I did that the past 3 years to
Yeah.
get to this spot. I'm gonna slow down a little bit,
Yeah.
So I can say that's a little. I don't like that when they
and that is the, welcome to corporate America.
the deadlines. The deadlines. You always gotta meet the deadlines.
And it's, you see it in education where like people will work themselves to the bone and you're like, hey man, if you want to, that's cool.
Yeah.
But just recognize that in the grand scheme of things, nobody cares. And if you die today, you will be replaced by
Exactly.
4 o'clock today.
So I know someone, right, that, he was probably a little bit like that, right? He's not bedridden, but he was for a while. He had 4 surgeries on his back. He's probably never coming back to
Yeah.
surveying. He's probably done for life.
Yeah.
And then we have like another 2 crews that He's a workaholic, right? He loves her. I don't know if he loves her, but he loves working.
Yeah.
And he's fast. Right? I learned a lot from him. He's breaking out on us, man. He
Yeah.
has problems with his arms now.
Yeah.
He kind of walks funky now, so like it affects you, man. It affects you mentally, I guess, and you're physically. You know.
Yeah, of course.
It starts to take your toll.
And there's, the older I get, the more I realize, like, these meat sacks are gonna fail at some point,
There
right?
you
So,
go.
maybe that guy could make the argument of like, man, I got to get it in while I can.
Mhm.
But then I think that I've been more aware myself of trying to strike a balance.
Mhm. Yeah.
If you're not enjoying life,
Man, you need to try something else.
you got to stop every once in a while and just.
Have to take a little break.
Yeah, and I'm bad at, I tell the kids, I'm like, you can chill when you die. But I'm like, dude, you're 16, you're 17, man. You should just be like overflowing with energy. What do you mean you want to sleep? Or maybe I should be telling them, get that sleep in because you're not going to get it.
Yeah, once you're out of here, man, you can forget about that.
All right, so to you, like, what would you, and it doesn't have to be necessarily like at your specific job, but what does it mean to be good at your job or to be good at a job?
Man, just having that, what's the word I'm looking for?
Pride.
That pride, and also, what do you call it when you just do something without being told?
Oh, I just used that word yesterday. I'm gonna have to edit this. Like intrinsic motivation, the motivation.
Motivation, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, motivate yourself.
Motivate yourself to just keep it going, keep it moving.
We just got done with a whole week of training, and they talk about how are you gonna motivate the kids.
Mhm.
And I get it. I'm not saying that that's not part of my responsibility, but I'm like, at what point in this country are we gonna start asking? Dude, you got to motivate yourself. If you want something, you go get it. And I'm not even trying to do that whole like, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. This is America. I don't think I'm diving that far in, but it's like,
Initiative.
man, you're the one that wants it. You get it. So yeah, motivation for sure.
The word I was looking for was the initiative to.
Initiative.
Yes.
Initiative.
Yes.
Yeah, that's perfect. I cannot. I honestly, I didn't figure that out till I was 30, and I beat this story to death. But I finally started to understand initiative when I was a machinist, of not waiting for my boss to tell me to do something, finding something to do and do
Exactly.
it.
Yes.
And I tell my students, I'm like, man, if you see something sitting out, put it up.
Yeah.
I didn't put it. Dude, I don't care. You know how many times I put your stuff up? Like,
Yeah, man.
I don't care. Just put it up. If you see a way to make something better, do it. If you can find a way to do it quicker, tell me.
Yeah.
Take some initiative.
That will help you a lot in the surveying field.
Man, all these like political campaigns and stuff of America this and hope that and blah blah blah. Like, let's just have somebody come out and be like, take some initiative, do something. Quit sitting around complaining, do something. Teamwork at your job. So when you're on a crew, it's just, you said you and one other person. Yeah. Do you ever work with somebody you don't get along with? I mean, you're easy to get along with.
No,
Yeah.
I don't never have that problem, man.
Do the problems exist in
Yes,
other
for
crews?
sure. We definitely have crews that we cannot put them together.
Yeah.
We cannot, because something will happen.
Yeah.
You never know. So I pretty much can go with anyone. I'm
Yeah.
kind of like the
Chill.
exception. Yeah, you put me with anyone, I'm gonna work with them because I just want to work.
Yeah.
So
What do you think, and we don't have the blow-by-blow story of what's going on, but those people that can't work together, do you think it's the people that they're working with that are truly bothering them, or is there something with them?
it's definitely their pride. I would
Okay,
say.
yeah.
I'm surprised they don't want to listen to. They want to do it their way, and then the other person's, well, maybe we should do it this way.
Yeah.
When two party chiefs have that
Yeah.
moment, it can get hectic. You
Yeah.
know?
And that, that's the saying, is too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go.
Literally.
Too many chiefs. I know.
And it's true, though. I mean, it's like, the kids will say, well, why do I have to do this? And I'm like, who cares, man? It's just the way it is. We can sit here and, you want to get meta about it? We can talk about it for 6 months of whatever, right?
Yep.
In the meantime, could you just do it?
Just do
Like,
it.
it'd be a lot easier if you just do it.
We could just knock it out right now, man.
Yeah,
Forget about
and could you do it well? Like, that would be terrific. Thank you.
it. Do it well.
I freak out because I go to, McDonald's or something, and this was like 2 years ago. I went to McDonald's, it was not packed, it wasn't even busy. And I said, can I get 2 cheeseburgers, a large fries, and a large Coke? And the lady goes, okay, you want a cheeseburger? I said, no, can I get 2 cheeseburgers, a large fry, large Coke? She goes, okay, you want 2 cheeseburgers, large fries, and a medium Coke? I said, no. 2 cheeseburgers, large fries, large Coke. All right, she's like, okay, got it. Go up, I pay her, I leave. And then I look in and they gave me a small fries, and I was like, it's not, I'm not like, meh, I didn't get what I wanted.
Right,
But it's like, damn, like they're paying you, and people will be like, well, they're not paying them that much. Well, why would I pay them that much? It's a really easy job. Like, you have buttons that you can press on the menu. How are you You're not like a waiter or a waitress where you're like memorizing it and then going back. I mean, how?
They're funny, you know?
It's I always want to go back and just be like, man, tell me a little bit about yourself, and then you go, oh, like, hey, if you're interested, I can make your life better. Like, here's a couple of just easy things you can do, such as pay attention. And then this summer, my wife was freaking out because we drove to Colorado, and everywhere we stopped, nobody gave us napkins. We're like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not like, man, I didn't get napkins. But you're like, isn't that like the whole, like, grab a straw, grab napkins? I've never worked in fast food, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I could learn it in 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Be good at your job, man. Come on.
I guess those napkins are expensive or something.
I was like, maybe there's like a
Napkin shortage?
pandemic napkin shortage. I would like to think that. Maybe somebody will write in and be like, hey, actually, fucking napkins are like gold right now, dude. You're lucky. And then okay, sorry, my bad.
I know there was a large cup shortage for a while because we love that. Like, we love to go to gas stations and just get us a nice big large Coke or whatever, and just have that the whole day.
Yeah.
And for a while, you could not find them, man.
That's wild. I mean, maybe God. Now I'm really now I'm gonna have to like chase this down. If there's anybody out there that can confirm or deny, I would love to know.
Some of the large cups.
And then I thought, well, maybe they're, maybe from like the corporation perspective, they're like, hey, 2 million napkins a day. We can save a little money. Things are tight right now. If that's the case, please let me know. If you work at McDonald's or Whataburger or whatever, or if you're corporate for them, get in contact with me. Procedures on your job. Do y'all have like procedures that you have to go through, and are they important?
Procedures.
What's the procedure for starting the day, I guess, would be?
Procedure for starting the day, just making sure you have all the supplies you need in the truck. You gotta go. We have a shed, right? We pick everything up.
That's,
in the morning. Gas, ice, and water.
Yeah.
Clean the truck out a little bit.
Yeah.
Take the mess out.
Do you have the same truck, or does the truck rotate between people?
No, I have the same truck. I take it home.
Okay.
I got a gas card and I got a truck.
Okay, so cleaning it is just like,
It's just my personal.
I just don't want to be a slob. I got you.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yes.
I wish I could tell you that my truck was clean right now, but that's on my list to do after this, because it's got about 60 water bottles in it.
Oh man, I know that. I know that.
I'm a disgusting little monkey.
Yeah, procedures. Tailgate talk. It's like the little safety talk that we do. We got to do it because
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it once a week or just when a new job starts? How's that work?
It could be literally just me pulling up to the job and being like, all right, man. So obviously, look, there's rocks everywhere. Watch your step. You know,
I saw an alligator over there.
Yeah, I saw an alligator over there. Don't go over there. Drink water.
Yeah. It's like at the track, you know, when it's summer, we're like, stay hydrated, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Drink water and watch your step, man. Just you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Look down.
Yeah.
Because you never know when it could be just going right through your legs.
Yeah.
I'd have that. I've stepped on snakes before.
Yeah.
Got lucky, it didn't bit me. I have a picture where I have this one picture where you have my footprint, right? And it's mud. Yeah, I'm in this much mud, right?
Yeah.
You got my footprint, and I was stuck there. And with all my, like, with keeping it all in, there was a water moccasin, bro, right there, pulled up like that.
Oh.
And just, like, just hanging out, and I'm just,
Dear God.
you know, take that leg out of the mud, and all right, let's go around. Let's go around this mud.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's not fun, but, yeah. Stuff like that, you know, that's little safety procedures.
Best day at work. What was your best, or one of the best days? A good day.
I think my bosses will hear this, right?
They might.
Hope not, but I've had days.
I could edit this out.
Yeah, if you want, I've had days where we finished the job the day before.
Yeah.
We're still on that job.
Yeah.
So we just
Yeah.
all day till about noonish, go get lunch, come back, hang out for a little while, and go home. You know, I had those days before where
Yeah.
we didn't do nothing.
We were building a movie set, I think north of Boston, and it was just, there was like the main set, you know, hundreds of people,
Right.
and then there was this other set, and it was just me and my boss Bobby, and I mean you work hard in that
Yeah.
scenario. We were working 16s.
Oh yeah, 16.
But there was one day where I was like, what do you want me to do? And he was like, take a nap. And I had built this railroad car, and I got up on top. It was inside of this big horse barn. And I took a nap, and I was like, oh, this is fucking wonderful.
Yeah, those days, man.
Yeah, sometimes catch up on some sleep, you know.
Those days are different, man. I haven't had them anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's like when I run my crew, I'm not as efficient as the guys I used to work with. Me and him, we can knock it out.
Yeah.
But me and my other guy, you know, we're not. I'm not there. You know, I still got a little more room to learn and how to be faster and all that. So yeah, I'm literally working the whole day because I need it, like just to finish it. Just to finish the day. I need.
You get better.
Yeah, exactly.
You get better with time.
Exactly.
You know, 10,000 hours to be the expert at anything.
Mm-hmm.
We had some union guys came to talk with the teachers about like different union positions, plumbing, stuff like that. But one of their programs, it was literally 10,000 hours of work experience. And so, you know, you do the math, it's 40 hours a week times 50, it's 2,000 something hours.
2,000.
But you're like, oh, 5 years.
5 years.
I mean, if you do something for 5 years, you're going to be an expert at it.
Okay.
You do something for 10 years, man, you start really understanding the ins and outs and the things that nobody realizes.
Yeah, that makes sense. 'Cause 25 years is what my boss had, right? You know,
Yeah.
in the field. He knew a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. He can do stuff that the office was supposed to do for us, right? He would do it.
Yeah.
You know,
He just knows.
He just knows. He can read the plans and knows how to calculate stuff.
The guy that fixes our tools at the school was a shop teacher, I think, for 30 years.
Okay.
And he does trainings and stuff for the district. And one of our district guys says that he forgets more than most of us know. You know, like he knows that much. So like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, you know, he knows everything. He's a master craftsman.
That's a lot of information. Something
Yeah. When you're not working, what do you like doing? Any hobbies?
Man, right now, I love red fishing. I
Okay.
go to the bay a lot. Matagorda, Galveston, all those Chocolate Bay, all those. I shouldn't be giving my own spots, but
Yeah.
that's all right. Yeah, I love fishing. Fishing's always been a big thing in my life. It's It's therapeutic for me, just out there in the water and just me and my rod.
Yeah.
Um,
It's almost like meditation.
yeah, it's my happy place.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then man, I go to pool halls a lot right now.
Okay.
I've been playing. I play APA. I don't know if you know what that is.
Uh-uh.
It's a league. It's like a amateur pool league.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna ask my buddy Chris because he's real into pool.
Yeah, APA. It's a little amateur league, but yeah, I go to the bars. Have a little fun, drink a little bit,
Yeah.
hang out with the boys, and just shoot some pool. And have a good time. And
How long have you been playing pool?
it's been about three months.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going after this actually.
Cool.
Go to our house. I don't know if you know it.
Uh-uh.
Down the street, it's literally right down the street between me and this side ridge. So I'll go after this and I'll just go shoot some pool for a couple hours. And
Nice.
Go home. Yeah.
Cool. How'd you get into that?
I get into pool. One day we were like trying to find a bar, I guess you would say, and we were just like, man, I don't want to just go to a bar. And just
Yeah.
drink.
Let's do something.
Yeah, I want to do something as well. So we went to our house and we had a couple of drinks and we were playing pool and we just kind of like, all right, we can do this. I like this. And we just started playing every weekend. It's just been an every weekend kind of deal. We go to this other spot off of Jones. We like that one a little more because it's a little cheaper.
Yeah.
It's cheaper right there. And after a while, we were like, hey, man, we play a lot. We should just try to join a league or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so now we play every weekend pretty much. And now we're in a league. We play every Monday. I have to get off of work early. I don't know. They don't really like that. But I don't care. I put in my hours.
Yeah.
For the most part,
Yeah.
so.
Well, and you're probably, it's like, you're probably a better worker because of it. Because like, this is my thing. I feel better when I do this thing. I can recharge a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put my licks in.
Exactly. There you go. Put my legs in. It's just Mondays. I hate Mondays. I'm just
Yeah.
one of those guys where Garfield, I guess.
Yeah.
Hate Mondays. Don't like them. Don't
Yeah.
really like them too much. But knowing that, hey, I'm gonna have a short Monday and then I'm gonna go play some pool.
Yeah.
That's a great start to my week.
Yeah.
It's just better butter my week.
That is awesome. It's hard to, it's like all my friends are into different things, so it's hard to like get everybody together. That's cool that you have something like that. Keep that.
For sure. I got like 5 friends that we just every weekend.
All right. Would you recommend this to somebody coming out of high school as a career?
Yeah, I definitely would recommend it. If you have no, you're not going to school basically.
Yeah.
If you're not going to school, man, you want to make some pretty honest living. Surveying's the way to go.
Yeah.
If you don't mind the sun.
Yeah, if you like being outdoors,
Yeah,
and you don't
like
want to be
being outdoors.
stuck in an office or stuck inside a McDonald's or whatever.
There you go. You don't want to be in that hot restaurant life. That's something else. The kitchen life. Something I've done that too, but
Yeah.
yeah, if you enjoy like the outdoors and not real air, fresh air.
Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely go and look into trying to get on a survey crew and see what that brings to you, all that.
Anybody you want to plug your company or any companies you'd recommend? Look for. Do you know anybody that's hiring?
There's a lot of surveying companies in Houston.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's a long list. I
Yeah.
mean, I go to the College Station and we have like the surveying camp out there. So a whole bunch of companies will come out and
Okay.
talk about surveying and
Yeah.
all that, and like how you can make money, what we do, and all that.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, welders,
They all go out there.
machinists. Everybody's like, do we need people?
Yes.
There you go.
Surveyors just right
Yeah.
there with them.
All right. Just pay attention. Be willing to learn. Don't be afraid of hard work. Boom.
Yeah, if I do recommend some, I'll put mine out there just cause, but I'll mix it in.
Yeah. If I can edit it out, if
No, it's
you could
fine.
ask them.
Yeah. There's a lot of companies. Windrose is a big one. Brown and Gay is a big one. GBI, it's a pretty big company. They're all great companies to work for. Jones and Carter, great companies to work for. Benchmark, and then Costello. Yeah, this is.
All right.
There you go.
Cool.
So,
Are you on Instagram or anything like that? Anything you want to plug?
no, man, I'm not really too much into social media. I got Facebook. I get on Facebook here and there. For a while, I had my Instagram as the profile picture. Finally took it off. I was like, all right, yeah, they know
Yeah.
I'm over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nah, I don't really got much to plug.
Cool. I think that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah. Dude, how long do you think that ran?
What's it been, like 45 minutes, 50 minutes?
Hour 21 minutes.
You're lying.
Yeah.
That was
It's
wild.
fun.
That's wild. That was
Yeah.
wild, yeah.
It's fucking cool.
Damn.
Like, I'm always surprised. Dude, I didn't even ask you all the questions.
Duh?
Yeah.
It just took a while, right? It was just
I was like, man, I think we're good.
no, that's and you edited it down to.
Man, I don't think there's much to edit out of this.
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
What do you
Well,
say?
say goodbye.
All right. Hey, I'll talk to y'all later. It was nice meeting y'all, and
Go
see
get
you, I
'em.
guess. See you in the field.
Go get a
Come out.
job.
Yeah, see you in the field if you come out.
All right, that concludes our episode of This Is Who We Are podcast with Luz Rocha. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that we both had a lot of fun. Hopefully you're getting something out of this. And I hope you're being entertained as well. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, like it, and leave a comment. That engagement really helps us. If you got any suggestions, anything to change, or any interviews you'd like to see, please let me know. And again, I truly appreciate you. Now, in the meantime, get a job, go out there, and do your job well. Help make this world a better place. All right, see ya.